Yeah, right then, guys, welcome. Very chilly over here in Holland. I know myself that it's very chilly in the UK as well. And to be fair, I won't be surprised if it's cold in all the other places as well. So make sure, guys, that you do a proper warm up, or well, what we kind of do as a warm up always on the Tuesdays. It's Technical Tuesday today, and we have been doing IFK syllabuses in the last couple of weeks, and now we will go on to the Ippon Kumite, Sanbon Kumite, and Renrakus for all of the IFK sequences. It's going to be a little bit different than we did with the syllabus because, to be fair, some of the Renraku only have like one, two, maybe three techniques. So Darren and myself don't have to really go off each other, but it's just one by him, one by me, one by him, one by me. Do a little bit of stuff like that, and just enjoying the sessions, and hopefully maybe need 2 weeks to fulfill the dream and make it happen again. And we'll see what we do after that. So yeah, enjoy, have fun, and if you've got any questions, use the chat. Darren.
Yes. I don't think I have anything to say today. That's about it. Let's enjoy the session and really concentrate on backhands and the feet, making sure you rotate them around on the Renrakus, especially Hanchi is a real stickler for them. So if we can get them right, we'll all be happy. I'm going to start off with the first dip on Kumite and then go from there, as Wesley said. Just take it nice and easy. I mean, it's super cold where I am. It's like, I don't know, 7 degrees or something in my dojo. So it's really quite chilly. So I don't want to be doing any super fast techniques straight away. So you guys do the same. Okay, cool. Let's get started.
What is it going to be this week? Is it going to be Tuesday and Saturday, right?
I think so. I can't remember what the schedule is now. What was last week? Last week was Tuesday and Thursday. Yes, it must be Saturday then.
Yeah.
It must be a Saturday.
Cool.
Okay. It's bad when the instructors don't even remember the schedule, eh? Okay. Right. Let's just rotate some joints and stuff before we get started, just to get some little bit of movement in there before we start throwing some techniques. So right arm up and the wrist, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, kyu, ante, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, kyu, ante, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, kyu, ante, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, kyu, elbow, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, kyu, ante, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, kyu, arm, ichi, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, Ju, ante, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, shoulder, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, and backwards, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, ante, arm, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, ante, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, 1, 2, and back. So ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, ish, hach, ju, 1, 2, other arm. Okay, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, 10 more, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, and your hips, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, and the other way, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, and right knee, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ju, and the ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, 2, 10 of leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ante. 1, 2, 3, 4 za diamond go. 6, 8, 9, 10. I thought it was. Okay, so we're just gonna be back and forward. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and shake loose. As mentioned, don't go nuts. It's extremely cold for most of us. So let's take it nice and easy. Warm up with just some static, some basic punches. We're going to start off with Ippon Kumite. So we're moving forward. Oitsuki Jordan, moving back. Jordan Uke, King Gary, and Jordan Uke. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do 5 on the right and a really, really slow technical pace to start off with. Just really start get some motion in the joints and the muscles. 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then we'll do 10 alternate and move over to Wesley. Okay?
Awesome.
Right. So there we are. Furudachi, Maigen, and Barai. Yoi! Hey! Shia! Okay. So I'll just run through the first sequence. So we're stepping forward, Oitsuki Jordan, stepping back, Jordan Uke, cover, Kingeri, Jordan Uke upon return. Okay, let's do 5 nice and easy. Try and make the stances really nice and long at the moment because we're not moving dynamically. But what we're trying to do is stretch and warm these hamstrings up around the hip muscles along with the arms. Okay, so I know it's a bit cold, but don't start doing really short techniques here. Try and really stretch them out so we start warming up this area as well, because this pull back, we want to make sure that the hamstring starts getting warm really quickly. Okay, 5 on the right. So moving forward, 1 count, 1 technique. Edge. Moving forward, Jordan ski. Moving back, Jordan Uke. Edge. So we're going to cover, kick, Jordan Uke. Edge. Good. And moving forward. Edge. Jordan ski. Knee. Jordan Uke. Sun, cover, kick, Jordan Uke. Aish! Knee! Sun! Aish! Knee! Sun! And one more. Aish! Knee! Sun! Here and ante, change arms and legs. Exactly the same count, just on the other side. Ready? H. Knee. Sun. H. Knee. Sun. H. Knee. Sun. H. Knee. Sun. One more. H. Knee. Sun. Here. And ante. Okay. So this time, 1 count, all of the movements. Going to move forward, Oitsuki, Jordan Uke, King Gary, block, and change straight away. Wait for the next count, go through, change, wait for the next count, okay? Just 10 now. A little bit more power, but we're nowhere near warm, so be careful on the hamstrings with the King Garys. Don't go snap it in really quickly. Make sure it's a nice controlled, well-placed, accurate technique, okay? Awesome. At 10, and then we move over to Wesley. Ready? H. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Right. Ice. Ice. Yeah. Last one. Two. Shia.
Shia.
Now come. Get a little drink if you want. Hopefully, a little bit of warmth in your body. Do be careful. Though we are not warm yet. Over to Wesley. My hands are actually freezing.
My feet. Whew. Right then, guys. So we're going to do the exact same thing as we just did with Darren, but we're now going to do the second of the 10th cue. So it's going to be Oichuki Chudan, Maigir and Brai, Izagamangiri, Maigir and Brai. Us? I'm going to stick to 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then we're going to do 10 alternate. Yeah? Something which I find always with like lower grades or people who start off with karate, like novices, when they step forward after and doing the punch, let me do the other side. When they step forward, the back leg is always there's like a bend on the back leg, and even maybe the heel will come from the floor. It's very important, especially when you are a lower grade, to teach the right way. Go forward, 1, stretch everything straight away. If you're a high grade and you might do this, think about and be strict on yourself. Us? We want quality, not quantity. Yeah? Good. Second of the 10th cue. Joy. Then go to the Shigeta Brai. Come on, sit. Shia. What nice, there we go. Forward 5 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and back. Yeah, there we go. Ish. Shudan Oi Suki. Maigir and Brai. Knee. Izagamangiri, Maigir and Brai. Sun. Shia. Right, that's number 1. Now we go for 2. Ish. Knee. Sun. Ish. Knee. Sun. She. A. And. Last one. Ish. Knee. Sun. Mawaki. Shia. There we go. Ish. Knee. Sun. Ish. Knee. Sun. Ish. Knee. Sun. 2 more. Ish. Knee. Sun. Last one. Ish. Knee. Sun. And all right. Good. All right. Shake loose a little bit. So we're now going to do it alternate. On my count, go forward, back, Izagiri, back, Mawate, stay there. Exactly the same. Techniques are just a little bit different. Ready? Us. Zen gusto da shigere bra. Joy. Kamaite. There we go. Ish. Knee. Sun. She. Cool. Fish. Ash. Cool. Last one. Sure. Sure. And all right. All right, shake loose, quick little drink. Over to Stringer. Us.
Try and get some feeling back in your feet. My toes. Feel like they're not very attached to my feet. Warming up though. Everything else apart from my fingers and my toes. Hopefully everybody's okay so far. Very basic start, so hopefully not too much attention needed there. Going to move on to Salmon Kumite now. So we've got moving forward, Oiski Jordan, moving forward, Oiski Chudan, moving forward, Oiski Gedan, then moving back, Jordan okay, Soto okay, Maigan and Barai, Gyakuski, Maigan and Barai. Okay, but we're going to do this a little bit different because most of us don't have space. I could probably just about fit the 3 steps in, but we're going to change on the spot each time. Okay, so effectively what we're going to do is we're going to come up, back, Jordan, up, back, Chudan, up, back, Gedan. Okay, same thing, Jordan okay, Soto okay, Maigan and Barai, Gyakuski, Maigan and Barai. Okay, and then we'll go again. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just do 5 on, we'll do 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and then we'll do 6 all together. Okay, because there's quite a few more steps in this one, so I don't want to take up too much time. One thing I will say, when you're going up, this is fairly easy. Remember when we're going back or changing legs, make sure we have the angle on the body, not going 1, 2, 3, angle, 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 square, angle. Okay, and remember, at this moment in time, Wesley's already mentioned it, at this moment in time, this back foot and this back leg are perfectly straight. Even on the end, 1, 2, 3, it's not 1, 2, 3. This is a very, very common mistake, especially amongst the lower grades of us, because we're thinking that we're starting to get to the fighting positions. We are starting to get there, but we're not quite there yet. So please, please, please focus each time, especially seeing as we are changing this way, that we're not changing and we're here. Make sure the back foot's flat on the ground. This is a straight leg. We will take the count a little bit slower, don't worry, but it's down to you to make sure that that anchor hits in the ground, and then whatever technique we're doing, you do effectively. Okay? You're good with that? Jordan, Shudan, Gedan, Jordan okay, Soto okay, Maigan and Barai, Gyakuski, Maigan and Barai. Okay, if you have the room, of course, there's nothing stopping you going 3 up, 3 down, but it's probably good practice for you doing this change here to make sure that we pinch this into the floor. Okay? Right.
3 on one side, 3 on the other, right?
Yes. Cool. Yeah, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left. Again, 1 count, all 6 movements, 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left again. Okay?
Cool.
Good, good, good. Okay, right. Get some space. Budachi, Maigan and Barai. Okay, Shia. Okay. Excellent. Okay, ready? Moving forward, Jordan ski or changing on the spot. H. E. Shoot at. Sun. Get at. H. Jordan. Okay. Keep the body weight going forward. E. Sun. Angle, square, angle. Good. And the same again. H. E. Sun. H. edge, you, sun, shear, and undo, change legs, and obviously, of course, change arms. Okay, should start to feel these hamstrings working a little bit, where you're having to change the stance and keep a nice long position. So hopefully that's warming you up nicely for a few techniques time. Okay, ready? Let's go again. Edge, knee, sun, edge, knee, sun, edge, knee, sun, edge, knee, sun, shear. One more, edge, knee, sun, edge, knee, sun, shear. And undo, change legs. Now remember, just because I'm not counting, I don't want to see this. Okay, long stances, good long techniques. There'll be loads of time, okay? No one's going to be blitzing through, definitely not me and Wes, because it's freezing here. Okay, make sure each time the hands are in correct position, straight, all the way back, angles, okay? 1 count, 3 forward, 3 back, or 6 changes, should we say. 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left. Done. Move over to Wesley. Okay?
Bruce.
Good. Okay, right. Fudachi, Mike and Brian. Hey! Shear! Good. So, space. 1 count, all 6 movements. I'll key eye on the Gidanski and on the Gyakuski Chudan just before we finish, okay? Just to see if you're roughly in the same sort of time frame. Ready? Edge! Shear! Shear! Good. And the same again. Edge! Shear! Shear! One more. Edge! Shear! Shear! And undo. Change legs. Nicely done. Good steady pace. Really good technique. Okay? Let's go. Same on the other leg. Ready? Edge! Shear! Shear! Knee! Shear! Shear! Good. Last one. Sun! Shear! Shear! Maori! Come. Yasumi, get yourself a drink. Over to Wesley, where the dynamics changes ever so slightly.
All right then, guys. So we're off for the second part of 9th Q. Only 9th Q. And please, guys, I'm not saying you guys aren't, but please be the correct role model for the people in your dojo, the people in your club, the people who might be behind you if you're not the teacher. A lot of higher grades always want to blast through the basic ones, but forget to do properly. I always say in my club, and you know, it's probably not the most fun to do the basic stuff. So rather do it once extremely good, so we can go on to the next one instead of doing a shitty ones 5, 6, maybe 10 times, because then the teacher is not happy. Sensei, Shihen, senpai, whoever's in front of the class, they might not be happy. So you have to do it all over again all the time until it's good. So rather do it properly in the first time and then go on to the next one. So always be focused on that. Once you do it good, do it properly. Yeah. Just a little side step. Right then. So next one, second of the 9th cue. This is the first one you will do into a basic fighting stance. Yeah. We always use the longer fighting stance, the way you would stand when you do clicker, or wuko or point fighting, stuff like that. So being a longer stance, kind of like doing a Zenkutsudachi, standing in over here, backhand all the way back, front hand might be shoulder height, the fist might be shoulder height, and you normally stand over there. Yeah? So what we're going to do right now, on the count, you're going to make a long Gyakuski and you go back. Yeah? So long Gyakuski and all the way back. Don't be lazy like this. Really twist in the full body and go back. 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then over to the next technique. Yeah? There we go. Ish. And back. Knee. And back. Sun. And back. Shi. Last one. Go.
Shi.
Awate. Like this. Left arm. Ish. Back. Knee. Back. Sun. Back. Shi. Back. Go.
Shi.
And back. All right, Mawate. Good. So in the sequence, you will do Gyakuski, Maigiri, stand, bring it back in front. So what we're going to do right now, Maigiri, and go all the way back again. So proper Maigiri, 1, and all the way back. 5 on the right, 5 on the left. Ready? There we go. Ish. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go.
Shia.
Mawate. Ish. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go.
Shia.
Mawate. Right. In one count. Now, Gyaku, Mai, Mawate. So, it's going to be long Gyakuski, Maigiri Chudan, bring it back into Kamate. And then you will be other leg in front. We will do 10 of these, but be very, very sharp in making proper Maigiri and bring it back. Don't do Maigiri, drop it, make Maigiri, bring it back, and then go forward again. Ready? Good. There we go. Ish. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rook. Shish. Ash. Ku. Shia.
Shia.
And now ready. Good. Normally you will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mawate, Uchiuke, Inkamate, 3 back, Uchiuke, Kamate. But for now, limited spaces. And we're going over to Mr. Stringer. or as we would say, Shifu Shibushidashi Stringer.
Right, so the next sequence and the next grade is that, but just reversing it around. So the dynamics of the techniques change quite a little bit. In the first one, what we're doing is we're driving out the gyaku, and it stays there to drive the maigiri underneath. Okay. On the next one, what we're doing is we're covering. We do the maigiri out and then back, nice and sharp. Whereas the first one, it stays and then we kick under the arm. This one, we're doing the kick, land and in position. So if I show you the full technique. So we cover first. So we cover and shift the hips. So we're getting this ready for kicking. Kick, in, out, and then drift back in position, okay? Like Wesley said, we've got to think about the point scoring element here, especially in the early combinations. All of them are based around point scoring. Pure techniques, out, back, okay? Out, back, position. None of this lazy technique that we tend to adopt a little bit when we start hitting pads, okay? All of it needs to be clean, clear, precise, just like we started off with the basics. It's just adapted ever so slightly, okay? So we're going to start off with the punch, and what we're going to do is we're going to look to shift this hip, and this is one of the big problems. People just want to do this here. So we go forward, let me do it with the other leg. We go forward here, and then they do this. Okay, yeah, but my arm's going out, it's coming back. Yeah, it is. But if you saw the way that Wesley did the first punch, he's really committing and he's rotating this hip so that the power is going forward and we're getting ready to do the kick. Just because the dynamics of the punch has changed and we're concentrating more on the pullback, we still need to make sure that we commit this hip and then it pulls back. So we're going to start off with that to start off with, okay? Just the punch. We're going to be there and really concentrate on this movement. Out, back, okay? I want to see a little bit of a drift here. Rotate the hip, a good straight basic punch, and then as it's coming back, we use the entire body to retract that arm, okay? All understand? 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and then we'll add it all together with the kick as well. Okay? Right, let's go. Look at yourself in the mirror. You should be able to see the angle on your body. Think about the fencers. They have the angle on the body, less target to hit. But when we do the technique, we want to gain that distance to get closer to the person. By leaving this hip back, just shortens the arm, and your power definitely isn't going forward for when we do start to get to the knockdown era. Okay? Right, let's go. Ready? Remember, all of your foot is a must at the end of the punch. Okay? None of this stuff. Full rotation, please. Let's go. Even if your feet are about to snap off in the cold. Okay, ready? H. D. San. Shi. No. Shia. And ante. Change. Out and back. Not just a one arm motion. Okay? Same thing, other arm. Ready? H. D. San. Shi. No. Shia. And ante. Okay. So we're going to add them together. Wesley's already done some work on the maigiri, and it's exactly the same. To be fair, the only difference is the punch. So we're going to be there. Cover, maigiri, shift in, back with the punch. Okay. Much like with Wesley, we're going to do alternate legs. Be aware of the space. If you need to change on the spot a little bit to bring yourself back in the center, of course, that's great. Please try and think about the length on the stance. We have a bend on both legs now. all the time because we're in a fighting position, albeit a very basic one. Okay, don't forget, cover, commit the hip forward so we can kick on a nice straight line. Yep, 10. Alternate each time. 1 count, kick, punch. 2 count, kick, punch. Okay, let's go. Ready? H. Shia. Yi. Stand.
Asia.
Shi.
Asia.
Oh.
Asia.
Rak.
Asia.
Aish.
Asia.
Aish.
Asia. Asia.
Shi. Shia. And Nauri. Just a little note. In Renraku, we go forward, so we come back out of it. In Zenku Sudachi, we go backwards, so we come forward out of it. Okay? Us, over to Wesley.
Us.
Next. All
right then. Before we go over to the second part of the 8th cue, with Maigiri, especially when you look at most of the lower grades, they keep their hips fairly straight and they nearly kick with the heel. It's always ball of the foot. So when you do this, especially when you do it in a proper tempo, not too hard, and when you work the techniques, try not to be keeping your heels straight. I'm very much exaggerating, but try to bring it up, hip in, and come back. Bring it up, hip in, and then ball of the foot. Please be focused on this. Right. So the next we have Soto Uke, Irembrai, Gyakuski. And there is a little bit of a discussion. I know always in my country. Is it a very basic way, or is it a more fluent way? There's 2 ways we train this. So the very basic way is that you stand over here, go backwards, Soto Uke, Gerambrai, and then Gyakuski. This is the most basic way to teach the way that you go back, go forward again. I most likely will teach the second one, and this is you're in a fighting position, going back, short Soto Uke, short Gerambrai, and then a long Gyakuski into your opponent. Back, long Gyakuski. Because we are going into the fighting style. Now I'm gonna go back to Darren for a little bit, and because he is from the land of origin, South Africa. I think you always do number 2 as well, right?
I do, yes. We always do 1, 2, 3. Okay, as I said for the second version. But please make sure 1, 2, not Unwashi Gerambrai. That is very important.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm not saying anything is wrong. You can definitely think about doing the full motion when you do this, but when I do it, and my main man, Mr. Stringer, does it, and I saw Jackie doing the same thing, and I'm kind of peeking at she and Janine. What is she doing? 1 or 2? She's yeah. So that's number 2 as well. Yeah, thank you. So if she and Jen does it, is that way. To be fair. Yeah. No, but it's, as I'm saying, there's nothing wrong in doing both, but this is the version we always do. Yeah. So good. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna stand over here. We're gonna slide slightly backwards with your back foot and slightly backwards with your front foot into kind of the same spot. And what we're doing then is block outside. Inside, sorry. So Soto, 1, 2, and back. 1, 2, and back. So we'll do this 5 times the other way around, and then we add on. Us, ready?
Us.
Good. There we go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go,
Here.
awate,
Us.
ich, ni, san, shi, go,
Here.
awate.
Us.
Right. 5 times going backwards. 1, 2. Us. 1, 2. Us. 1, 2. Ready?
Us.
Here we go. 5 times. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go.
Here.
Awate.
Us.
As you can see, I go backwards and already a little bit to the front when I do the get and right. Us, this is going forward into the fighting sequence. Us, there we go, 5 times.
Us.
Ni, san, shi, go,
Here.
awate. All right, we know the drill. 1, 2, 3, and all the way back.
Us.
Think about the last punch. It's a combination of number 1 and number 2. Forward and backwards. So also you gotta think about a really long range distance you gotta cover. Us. 5 times on the right, 5 times on the left. Quick little drink of the stringer. Us. Good. There we go. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go.
Here.
Awate.
Us.
Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go.
Here.
Awate.
Us.
And now ready. Us.
Us.
Running, guys. Good work. Good work. Quick little drink.
Okay. Now this next one, for some reason, I've never fully understood it myself. Loads of people get really confused with it. It's effectively the first Renraku and the second Renraku added together, but we step forward first.
Yes.
Okay? So what people really get confused about is they're like, oh, no. I did this first, and then I did this second. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Nothing wrong there. But then they forget to do the step. Okay? This is... and then they're looking around going, I did something wrong. I don't quite understand. Okay? It's the first one and the second one. You have to step forward first. So, we're going to cover, step, drive in. Okay? Then we're going to come back. Okay? And this is where we're going to start off. Cover. It's not 3 punches. Some people think 1, 2. When you're like a really low grade, you see people doing it really fast. Like, oh, doing 2 punches there. It's not 2 punches. It's a cover and a punch. Okay?
Yes.
Cover. We step. We punch. Back in position. 1, 2. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to lead this on. And that's where the low grades get really confused, thinking it's 2 punches because they see this hand going out. Cover, change the hip so that we get this one coming all the way back, and then we can drive through the power here. Okay, so we're going to start off with that. We're going to do 5 on the right, which effectively will be the left arm, the punches, and 5 on the other arm, which will be effectively the right arm, the punch. Okay. Please remember here, we switch and this hand comes back. It's not here and then a punch. It has to switch like for like. Switch as we step, change the hip. We drive the hip through there, getting ready for what will be the kick next, okay?
Was.
5 on one side, 5 on the other side, and then we're going to add to it. Okay, ready?
Was.
Okay, let's go. Ready? Nice and easy to start off with. We want to get some drive going towards this when we start to do it properly in a dojo environment. Take it easy right now because I want you to switch and set nicely. Okay, ready? Edge, change, drive, back position. Knee, switch, punch, back. Sun, switch, punch, back. She. Last one, go. Shia. And change legs. Remember, it's the first punch, so we're thinking about going through the wood, not the paper. Okay, through the wood, this one. Okay?
Was.
Ready? Edge. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Shia. And change.
Was.
Right. Now, as Wesley's already said, the migraries, low grades, tend to do this. And this middle section is not the best endorsement for necessarily progressing this if we have troubles with it. Because what happens, I'll try and fit it in here, is we go here, 1, punch, kick, punch. And because this is a kick, going quite a rapid pace, we get people what I'm doing here, not concentrating on the foot position, and also not concentrating on the hip. Okay? Now, all the time at the moment, we've been talking about angle, square, bring it angle. Opening this good rotation here. It doesn't change. Yeah? So we're going to come through, we switch the hip. We come through, in position. This hip is already going forward now. 1, hips open. 2, in, hip, back. Okay? And you really need to probably look at maybe other styles of karate that do this element really good because they work on point scoring a lot more than what we do. And there's a real sharp, dynamic movement within the hip that maybe Kyokushin don't focus on as much, but we should do. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the 2 kicks. And what I want you to do is we're going to stand here like a trophy or a teacup, whatever you want to be. I'm going to be a teacup. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is when you're doing these kicks, you can see a little bit easier whether these arms are going around this way. We always tell you make sure that your belt is rotating, but people don't tend to notice that. Okay, so what we're going to work on is here, and we've effectively done this second punch, but we're going to start from here. Okay, do the kick, angle. This elbow's naturally going to come forward. Do the kick, elbow come forward. Okay, so we're getting used to this nice, good rotation that we don't want to lose when we start adding these together. Okay, just this bit, and then hopefully the next time we come back, we're going to be able to put these together. Okay, so left leg forward, we're going to kick right leg, left leg, and back 5 times, change 5 times left leg, right leg, and then we're going to look to add it all together. Okay, teacup or trophy, your choice, both are tees. Let's go, ready? Edge, 1, 2, and back. Knee. Good, and hopefully none of us are straight on the screen here. Angle the body, smaller target. Sun. Ball in the foot. Out. She. Last one here. Go. Shia.
Aisha.
Good, and change legs. Right leg forward, left and right. Remember, do yourself a favour and be in this position already. This is where we're going to be ready to drive. Okay? Let's go here. Edge. E. Sun. Don't be lazy on that left leg just because it's most of our bad ones. She. Last one. Go. Here. Good. Now hopefully we're all seeing this and we're all feeling this a little bit more because it's a longer movement with the arms here. Now please don't lose that when we start to add these together. Okay? In the interest of time, we're just going to do a few by numbers slowly and then we're going to add them all together after that. So I'll show you the full combination first. Remember, we need to switch the hip first. Switch, step forward. Kyakuski Chudan. Maigiri under, it returns. We're going to cover Maigiri out and back on the last one. Okay? You see if I can show you a bit more of an angle so you can see all of me rather than just a fist in the camera. Okay? So we cover as we step through Kyakuski Chudan. Maigiri under, return and cover. Now we're changing as we do the kick, out and back. Okay? First punch stays out, we kick under the arm, return to position, 1, 2, a little bit more dynamic on the second two. But in your mind, start thinking about driving forward quickly here. We're not going to do it now, but start to think about it, okay?
Yes.
So, we're going to do 3 counts all the way through on one leg, 3 counts all on the other leg, and then we're going to do 3 and 3, no counts, okay?
Yes.
Right. Try and get some space and see if you can squeeze them in. If not, then just do these movements we were doing earlier, okay? We can make this happen. Ready? Edge, cover, drive. E, san, shi. All the way back to the start. That's 1. Edge, step, drive. E, san, shi. And back. Edge, E, san, shi. Good, good. Other leg. Going through nice and easy on this. Ready? Edge, cover, punch. E, san, shi. And back. So I have less space on this leg. I don't know what's going on. The edge, in punch. E, san, shi, shia. Good, good. One more. Ready? Edge. E, san, shi, shia. Good. And back to the left leg forward. 1 count all the way through. Please don't forget to step as we start to do this. Yeah? We've practiced loads. We've worked through it. Remember, this hand or a hand will always be back. Even when we're changing the kicks, 1, 2, it's back here. Don't fall into 1, 2. Okay? All good? Balls at the feet, all the time, driving forward, like Usain Bolt I like to relate to. It's me and him, we're both about 6 foot something, fast as anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit smaller than him, but it's marginal, I'm telling you. Okay, ready? 3 on one leg, 3 on the other. 1 count, all of those moves. Okay, ready? Edge. Here. And all the way back. Knee. Here. Last one on this leg. San.
Yeah.
Good. Remember them legs retracting nicely. Okay. The key you can hear from me and Wesley isn't because it's really fast, it's because it's pulling back. It's not fast today, let me tell you. Ready? Other leg, right leg forward. H. Yeah. E.
Yeah.
Last one. San. Yeah. And narrow. Remember, the front leg comes back. You have a little drink. Please remember that one. Loads of people get mixed up on it. I don't want you to be one of them.
Awesome.
Definitely not if you turn around and say, yeah, Wesley and Darren taught us this. Please don't say that if you're doing it wrong.
You can do it wrong on purpose and then give us a hard time about that. Yeah, there is a possibility always. Remember, guys, 7th cue only has one, and that's just the one we did with Darren. So we're going for the first and the 6th cue right now. Us, this is probably I'm not sure if this is the easiest, because maybe the one we do for first cue is maybe even easier, because that's only punches.
Yeah.
But this is very easy. This is a Gedama Washigiri. Folks would say low kick, Gyakuski. Yeah. And now all of a sudden from 6th cue you kind of lean into knockdown a little bit more, but there's still long techniques, proper techniques, and then like from 2nd cue on, that's fully knockdown techniques. So within the IFK, it's from no fighting to non-contact fighting to leaning into knockdown fighting and then fully go in there. So the path you're walking is a very, very good one. So we're going for Giedan Mawashigiri Gyakuski. Yeah? Cool. So stand over here. Let me put the screen properly. All right then, so you can see the feet, because the face, there's so many pictures of me, so that should be all right. So what we're gonna do, still in the long stance, and you're gonna bring Gidam Washigiri all the way, and you're going all the way back. Forward, backwards. Yeah? 5 times. Ready?
Push.
Here we go. H. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go.
Shia.
Awate.
Push.
Left leg. H. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go.
Shia.
Awate. All right.
Push.
What we're going to do now, 10 times alternate. So you're going to get them a washigiri, bring it back, and stand in the right, in a good, proper position. So you can throw a punch or go get them a washigiri again. Get them a washigiri again. Get them a washigiri again. Us. 10 times. Ready? Alternate. Ready? And ish. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roku. Sish. Ash. Ku. Aisha.
Yeah.
All right. So now what we're going to do, kick, bring it down, long Gyakuski, bring it back. That's 1. Other side. Bring it down, long Gyakuski. That's 2, only 10. Very easy. Ready? There we go. Aish.
Shia.
Knee. Sun. Shi, Go, Ruk, Ish, Ash, Cool, Aisha, Aisha.
Yeah.
And Ari. Good. Oh, I did it right. Yeah. Step back. That's what we should do. Oh, did I do the right thing? Yeah. Right then. First, next. Easy peasy, Japanese lemon squeezy.
It is. And the next one follows on exactly the same rhythm. Back leg, Gyaku ski. The difficult bit is here is it's a Yokogiri Mai. Okay, and the problem with Yokogiri Mai is everybody just wants to do this. Again, thinking about this teacup, leaving their tea handles here rather than opening here in position. So we're going to use our teacups or trophies again, okay? Just as a function to work this out to make sure that we get in the best Yoko position for you. It's Yokogiri Chudan. It will be a Gyaku ski. So much like where Wesley just did, we have the cover in, Gyaku ski, return and cover. It's exactly the same. We cover, Yokogiri, Gyaku ski and in. Okay, no different. We're going to work for the Yokogiri here. We're going to angle, bring the leg through, out, back, in, step back. Okay, up, out, back, in, position. Okay, 10 alternates so that we can really start to open these hips nicely. Remember, when you do your Yokogiri, your elbow, unless you're pretty flexible, should be pointing almost where you're going. Okay, and if you are flexible and it's pointing out to the side, chances are you haven't got very much power going in there. You've just got a really supple hip. Okay, so please think of your teacup arm in going forward here and then turn back into our fighting position. All good with this? Yes. Okay, maybe one day we'll get a little saucer to go with our teacup, but right now we're just a teacup alone. Okay? Because I have a teacup and a saucer all the time when I go for a tea with Lizzie, because we're on first name basis. Okay, all right, ready? So, teacup and rotate. Ready? Edge. In. Give yourself some space. Knee. Give yourself some space. San. Shi. Go. Rip. Aish. Aish. Hit. Last one. Chew. Shia. Good, good. Now, please remember, when we land the Yokogiri, can't just land here, because then we're going to do a really bad punch. So this is where we start to get more, I guess, control over the body from the more Shigeri Gedan and above. Might become more orientated towards knockdown, as Wesley said, but there's also a lot more control on the body because you have to start to make sure that we position and then rotate round so that when we land, shoulder width apart with the Gyaku ski. Okay, so please think about that. Now we're going to be adding them on. Cover, Yoko, position, good stance, hip comes forward, return and cover. Okay, so we're going to do 10 alternate. 1, 2, 3, etc., etc., etc. Nice and easy at the moment. So we're going to do the first 6 are going to be fairly low pace, good structure, and in the last 4 we're going to try and speed it up just a little bit. Not too much because we're working on technical Tuesdays, not Thunder Thursdays, but we want to start knowing that we're going in the right direction with these combinations, okay? First 6, fairly slow, low-key, perfect technique. Last 4, perfect technique, still a little bit quicker, okay? Right, Let's go. Okay, ready? H. E. Sun. She. Go. Right. Now see if we can speed it up a little bit. Ash. Ash. Head. Last one. Chi. Shia. And Nari. Back in position. Get yourself a really quick drink and start to think about that control, that weight and that power all in one as we progress through to the knockdown eras.
Os, please check your phone, Darren. Darren.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right then. So those are the two we do for 6th Q. Now we're going to 5th Q, and maybe for the really focused listener or the focused person, you think, so we're doing 5th Q right now. What kind of kicks we do in 5th Q syllabus? What kind of kicks we do in 5th Q Renraku? You might not think of this, and this is the most sarcastic way we can say this, but Hanshi was quite a clever man, you know what I mean? He thought this through, and this is really because you have to show it into your syllabus sequence, and you have to show it into your Renraku sequence. So this means if you train this hard, train this properly, do this good, your Ushiragiris are going to be awesome by the time you're a yellow belt with a green stripe. That's a killer technique for a 5th Q. Yeah. So we're doing the first one of 5th Q is just Ushirogiri Gyakuski. I always go for the 2nd version of Ushirogiri, so straightly a spin into Gyakuski. I know myself, Mr. Stringer is doing the same thing. And let me get a peek at Shihan Jan. Is she doing? Oh my God, we're on such.
Thumbs up too.
You see, Holland, United Kingdom, Wales, all on the same line. We could be one country, but we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing.
So what we're gonna do, because we don't want to spin too much, and I want to give you the time to go to the last one, is we're gonna go alternate, and this is just very important. Be the trophy. At this time, you can be a trophy. Don't be a teacup. Be a trophy from over here. Straight spin back into the other leg. Straight spin back into the other leg. Still long stance. We're still doing non-contact, leaning into knockdown. Yeah. 10 times. 5 on the right, 5 on the left. But we do this alternate. And then we do 5 right, 5 left, winky up ski. Ready? Good. And think about, be a trophy, be a winner, be a champion. Yeah?
Yes.
Nike said it, just do it. There we go. Ish. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rub. Fish. Ash. Cool. Shit. Yeah. One. Leave the hands over there. 1 and a long Gyakuski. And I myself now step into a good position just so I can be in the camera. Normally you go 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way forward. Yeah? Good. 10 times. Ready? Yep. Ish. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Cool. Shia. Shia. Good. Now right. Wrong leg back. Squeezy. And then I think, which will probably the last thing of today, and that was keened up pretty well.
Yep. Do you think though, people, that Wesley made me go first so he could do the spin kick?
It's Tuesday.
It wasn't me bringing him in first this time, guys. It wasn't me. No, just messing. Okay, so now effectively what we're going to do is you're almost adding the three of them together. Okay, so we had a Morshigeri, we had a Yokogeri, and we had an Ishirogeri. The confusing thing is we don't do the Morshigeri. It is a Maigeri, a Yokogeri, an Ishirogeri, and then a Gyakuski at the end. Okay, now please think about the trophy. Angle, 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 rotate round, nice long technique to finish. There's nothing worse. Everybody does all the hard work and goes, whew. No. Rotate round, get this hip forward, because you can see drastically the difference in length that I can produce this punch on, okay? And we're thinking about long, lean muscles to develop a nice long technique. If we're always practicing short, we're going to have short static muscles, and we don't want that. We want to be able to lengthen them out and pull them back. And that's why, you know, even though Wesley isn't the most flexible person in the world in stretching, he's always got a really nice long stance on him. So he's working on opening these hips up, opening the position, and he's working on really good position here. I am more supple, yes, but you wouldn't know it between the way that we both kick. It's because Wesley practices in long, nice, neat positions all the time. So please, be like Wesley. Even if you are not the most supple person in the world, you can still kick very effectively, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to start off with the free kicks. Maigiri, angle. Yokogeri, angle. Ishirogeri, back in position, okay? If you don't have the space, do exactly what Wesley was doing. One, change. One, change. All the time on the ball of the foot so that we can keep that body weight going forward. Please don't go landing like this. Straight leg. Yeah. Here's your stance. All the time. Knee over the instep so we can start to feel that body weight going forward. All understand? Okay. So we're going to go my Yoko Ishiro. We're going to do that 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left, then add it together nice and solidly at the end. And we're looking to do 10 of them alternate. The first 6, again, relatively slow pace. The last 4 with a little bit more zing on them. Okay? Right. So let's start off with our teacups or trophies. Either way, we're in it to win it. Okay. Left leg forward. Maigiri, Chudan, Chusoku first. Edge. Yokogeri. Knee. Ishirogeri. Sun. Good. And back to the start. Edge. Angle. Knee. Angle. Sun. And back. Good. Excellent work, guys. Last one on this leg. Edge. Knee. Sun. And change legs. Need control here. Need control on the Ishirogeri. It's going to be with your maybe not so good leg. Okay. Ready? Edge. Knee. Sun. Edge. Knee. Sun. Last one. H. E. Sun. And back we go. Okay, now the only thing we need to do is add on the punch. Now think about where the hands go, people. Each time, cover maigeri, cover yokogeri, ishirogeri, yakuski, return and cover. Do not. This is where I'd say this is the one where we really start to see people doing all of this kind of fancy stuff with their arms. Stay in a position, okay? In, punch, in, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So on and so forth, okay? So, alternate. 1, 2, 3, in. Right leg forward. Kick with the left leg, okay? 10. First 6, easy. Nice and easy pace, perfect the technique. Last 4, a little bit more pace, still perfecting the technique, okay? Right, let's go. In position, left leg in front, covering. Ready? H, knee, sun, and in, and back we go. I'm not going to count them all, that was just the first one, okay? Now, count and all the way through. Knee, here, sun, here, she, here, oh, here, rock, here. Okay, a little bit faster now. A little bit more snap on the techniques. Still think about the teacup angles. Okay? Ready? Aish! Here! Aish! Here! 2 more. Hey! Here! Last one. G! Here! Larry! And we're pretty good for time.
Yeah.
Not too bad at all. We didn't expect to get all the way through today, to be fair. We was expecting to get a reasonable amount of the way through. So it's pretty good. Should we have a little stretch to finish off with?
Before we go into the stretch, just let me say one thing.
Of course.
You talked about, Darren talked about that you really have to twist in your body, especially when you do a clicker fight. Think about, there is no weight categories, there is no age categories. All the males are fighting each other, all the females are fighting each other. Think about Darren fighting someone like Xian Felix. There's a huge difference in length advantage for Xian Felix, and he still managed to win fights against those tall guys, and that is because he really do the proper techniques. He really had the right timing. He really knew how to twist in his body. So please, guys, this is so important, because you don't have to be, as well in Knockdown, you don't have to be the stronger fighter. If your timing is correct, if your technique is correct, you're going to be the winner. You're the smarter fighter. Probably not always, but most of the time, 90% of the time, you will be the winner, or the one who gets injured less than your opponent, if you do proper techniques, if you use them. And I like to say myself and Darren are a right example for people fighting in a good technique. Not a lot of injuries, Darren even less than myself. But yeah, please, guys, be focused on using the right techniques. And within the IFK, and there's a lot of organizations, but within the IFK, you really get taught the right way. You really get taught the proper techniques and the way to perform it and the steps to get to the right performance. So hopefully this was very helpful for you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, as Wesley says, the steps are fantastic in the IFK. They really are. Wesley's been fortunate or unfortunate to have not been in the IFK for a little while. But, you know, he'll tell you firsthand that the structure in other organisations are not what we have in the IFK. We're really lucky, and it's not to say that the others aren't good, because that's definitely not the case. But what we do is we take you from grassroots level and we develop you really nicely to be able to have really good technique, really good movement, length of technique, power. Okay, and that's the way it should go. You know, we progress nicely, should we say, and not just myself and Wesley and Shi Engineering, but all of us. We've all come through those root levels and all the way through. So keep it up, and you will see the gains. Okay, right. Let's just have a really quick stretch to finish off with. So let's rotate the knees. Ich, ni, san, shi, du, ruk, shish, ach, ki, ju, ante. Ich, ni, san, shi, du, ruk, shish, ach, ki, ju. Okay, we're just gonna rotate round here, and as we rotate round here, I want you to push that heel back. Rotate round, push that heel back. Remember, we've been a lot on this position today, so we just want to loosen up those ankles a little bit, and the Achilles and the lower calves. Okay, when you itch around, loosen. Knee around, loosen. San, shi, go, ruk, ish, ach, ke, ju. Yeah. Okay. Right. Just last little bit. 4-in-1 exercise. Bending your left leg first. Itch. Twist into this leg first of all. Ni, san, shi, ich, ni, san, shi, ich. Open them up this time. Ni, san, shi, ich. Ni, san, shi. Legs straight, elbows down. Come up. Legs in. Just rotate. 5 little ones. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ante other way. Ich, ni, san, shi, and go. Okay, we're done for today. Okay, and you know, remember, it's, you know, me and Wesley just follow the structure. It's really thankful to one man that we're all here doing this fantastic structure that we have, and that's Anshi Steve Arnil. And I actually spoke to him today, and he said actually he's really pleased for what me and Wesley have been doing, and all of you in KRT lessons. So not sure how he knows, because he's not joining in and he's not very good on social media, but somehow he knows. Maybe you just develop that when you get 10 stripes. I don't know. I just know what he said. Okay. Enjoy. Excellent session today. Good technical work. think of the details. Okay, it's always about the details. Wesley?
Yes. Very, very cool of Hanshi saying that makes us even more proud. Thank you. Very, very, very good work by all of you. Today we went from 10th queue up to 5th queue. So next week we kind of hoped we can do this in 2 weeks, but for next week we'll go from 2nd queue up to 1st then, and then we have all Ippon, Sambon, and Renrakus that there is in the IFK. So we go for that structure again. So next week, next Technical Tuesday, make sure to be there. And even that's what I wanted to say, but I forgot it. Even if you're not IFK, you can still benefit out of doing the right techniques, and you can still benefit on doing the right kicks, the right punches, and although it might be in a different sequence, but at the end of the day, technique is going to really help you out. And this means you can do karate for ages. Look at Darren. He's nearly 60 at this time, and he's still extremely flexible. He's still amazing. You know, I'm a young guy, not fatty, but try to, but make sure, guys, to do it properly. But thank you. Well done. And we will see you on Saturday for Super Saturday. Can't wait. Looking forward to that. Us.
Taking years off me now that I've had a haircut. Thanks, everyone, for mentioning it. It's okay. I didn't know.
Everybody can now unmute themselves, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, exactly as Gabor said, he's not from IFK, but a technique is a technique, and we all do the same techniques. They're just in different orders, so we can all benefit 100%.
It was really nice. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Always a pleasure.
Well done.
Great. Fantastic.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful. Perfect. Thank you.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
Well done.
Let's take care.
Take care, man.
Cheers, boys. Bye.
Catch you later, guys.
See, thank you. Okay, Thursday.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Saturday. Yes.
We won't be here Thursday.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll just set it out of accident. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
No worries.
Bye.
Good to see you. No worries, Veronica. Cheers, as always.
Awesome
See you
work.
later. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Wesley.
Cheers, guys.
Well
Good man.
Thank you. Us.
Cheers, buddy. Bye.